few years ago, Peyton was 4, and she'd always want to get up in my lap on the chair here, and I'd be sitting here with the computer, and I'd be flipping through charts like this one, and she'd say something like, "What you doing?" or something, best she could. And in a case like this, I might say, "Well, the red line's going down. The line is red. I'm selling." And then the next chart I might go to, it might, well, the line is blue. I'm buying. And or either the line is green. I think it was green. Yeah, the line was green. I'm buying. When the line was red, I'm selling. That type of thing. And we did that for a long time. And one day she got up. Can I sit with you? And I said, yeah. She climbed up in a chair. She said, "What you doing?" And I said something about, well, I'm buying. And she said, "Well, this is why?" And I said, "Well, I gave her some goofy reason why. I don't remember why." And she said, "But the line is red." And it took me for a second to think about what she was talking about, because it had multiple lines on there like this. But the one that we had been working on with her, I mentioned so much, was the TSR. And it was red, but it was red on like maybe the 15-minute chart. But it was some other color on the daily chart. Damn, that's loud. But anyway, it amazed me that she remembered that. And so from that point on, when she'd get up there, I would click on a chart and I'd say, "Okay, what should I be doing?" And she would tell me, "Selling." Now, she was basing, or buying or whatever, she was basing her decisions on the TSR, solely on the TSR. And the next year, I put some money in accounts for them, each of them. I think I put 200 a piece. And that's how their trading all started. It was basically just looking at one line, if it was green or if it was red. This is, people always want to know, how much can you make? They give you a percentage and all this sort of stuff, give you a dollar amount. Well, I'll tell you, if somebody can make 1% a day, I don't care how big your account is, or small your account is, you can do something I can't. I cannot make 1% every single day. I'm sure there's people out there that can. If you said I can make $1 a day, I don't care how big my account is or how small, there's no way I can make $1 every single day. You kind of make it when you can make it. And that's what this daily profit and loss thing is. This is Peyton's account here. And now this is a USD CAD. She's not trading the USD CAD. She hadn't bought or sold it at all. This just looks at how much you make each day. And their account, they started, I think, June 1st or somewhere around there. And so they went, they went about 13 days, 14 days before they ever made a penny. Now, and right there, that particular day, it started hitting their targets. They made $99.92. But see, then they didn't make, well, they might not have made nothing that day. Here's it, they lost that day. Didn't make anything this day. You'll go long periods of time and things just not be set up right. Or either you'll be in a trade and it takes a while for it to run its course. Might take more than a day. But with them, because they're little, I would use, and if you ever hear me say something like this, you'll know what the deal is. we used 1% a day as a target. And the reason for that is they're little, they don't understand percentages. They don't even, 5 years, 4 years old, how, you don't understand numbers. But they could see a 10 and they would, they picked up quick. 1% just moved the decimal point 2 spots. I mean, they memorized that real quick. And so if your account's 200, they would just move the decimal spot 2 points, and they'd end up they had to make $2 a day. They can't make $2 a day, but it was something that they could kind of grasp. 1%, not 1.5 or 1.36, just 1. And the reason for that is because it's the decimal issue. And next thing was their maximum risk. Their maximum risk was always 2%. Now, Peyton couldn't multiply numbers, but Mackenzie could, and Michaela could on certain numbers, since she didn't have to multiply every number. It's only a few numbers she had to multiply. So they learned real quick, more from memorization than anything, that if their account was $200 and they risked 2%, they could only risk $4 per trade. So they only had a few numbers to memorize. So if you ever heard them doing the math, they really weren't doing the math. They were moving the decimal point. They might have been multiplying times 2, but that's about the end of it. This daily profit and loss, let me show you what it is. I'm going to post it on enivids site, earnforex.com, I think. You don't have to, but it really needs to be placed on a daily chart to make sense. If you don't place it on daily chart, it's going to come up, it's going to give you an alert saying you have to place it on daily chart. To change the date, right now I have 5/1, 3 o'clock for some reason. To change the date, that period there is important. If you wanted to do 6/1, you just change that to 6. That's not going to change anything here. It might. Hope it don't do my ears. Oh, it didn't. See, it didn't change anything here because 6/1 is right here. But that's how you would change the date. So if you wanted to start looking at all your profit from, say, 2015, you just change that to 2015. From January 1st, you just change that to 1. January 21st, change that 1 to 21. Leave the little periods in there. I'm going to put it on enivids site, earnforex.com. It'll be an indicator section under indicators we use.